the hidden palace, and the price of immortality. The kingdom of Ballabgarh had long been an oasis of peace and prosperity, a jewel in the crown of the north. Its gentle ruler, King Ballabgarh, was more than a monarch. He was a benevolent guardian who personally attended to the welfare of his subjects. His popularity stemmed from his simple, profound care, yet beneath the facade of this perfect reign, a monstrous secret was stirring. The first hint of disaster came on a misty, moonless night at the royal stables. Two loyal grooms, Nanda and Bimal, were making their late rounds. They froze in terror when they saw a tall, shadowed figure enter the paddock. To their horror, they recognized the king's unmistakable silhouette. They watched, paralyzed, as the figure seized a powerful war horse and, in a horrifying, swift motion, drained the creature of its life, leaving behind nothing but a desiccated skeleton. Moments later, the figure, still bearing the king's form, moved to the great communal pond and, with an unnatural slurping sound, consumed the entire body of water until the basin was cracked and dry. He is not human," Nanda whispered, his voice shaking. Bimal could only nod, the monstrous spectacle of their beloved king's transformation branding itself onto their minds. Fear, more potent than any loyalty, drove them to silence, believing that revealing the truth would only lead to their own gruesome end. The horror could not be contained by silence for long. With each new dawn, the villagers awoke to find their vital resources vanishing, herds of cattle reduced to bones, fishing ponds empty, and wells mysteriously dry. Panic spread like a fever. Finally, unable to bear the weight of their secret and the mounting suffering, Nanda and Bimal confessed what they had seen. A wave of disbelief was quickly replaced by righteous fury. The angry villagers stormed the court, demanding answers. "Your Majesty, you are bringing ruin upon us," cried one. "Why do you consume our livestock and our water?" demanded another. King Ballabgarh was genuinely bewildered. "What madness possesses you?" "I have done no such thing. These are baseless accusations." The court minister, a man of caution, intervened. "Your Majesty, the people are suffering, and their distress is real. While the accusations seem impossible, perhaps there is a deeper, darker truth. We must consult the royal astrologer." The astrologer, a wizened man of profound knowledge, arrived swiftly. After a solemn ritual, he revealed the devastating truth that ripped the veil from the kingdom. It is not the king who acts, but a malevolent being known as Kal-kouta, the sorcerer of shadows. He has stolen the king's visage and is performing these heinous deeds to terrify the people. He seeks to drive you from Ballabgarh so he may claim the empty kingdom. His ultimate goal is to murder every remaining subject, transforming their souls into his eternal ravenous servants. The king was horrified. "How can we stop him? Where is this monster?" "You cannot defeat him with your army, Your Majesty," the astrologer said gravely, "for Kal-kouta is effectively immortal. He has removed his own soul and hidden it in a protected, distant location. Unless that soul is found and destroyed, the sorcerer cannot be slain." Despair settled over the court. The astrologer offered the only, albeit perilous, chance. North of here, behind the treacherous peaks of the Himalayan foothills, lies the ruin of the Lillabati kingdom, destroyed years ago by this same sorcerer. Hidden in the ruins is the Gupto Mahal, the hidden palace. Legend says a key to Kal-kouta's destruction is concealed there. Only a youth of profound courage, wisdom, and selfless intent stands a chance of retrieving it. But I must warn you, the journey is a near certain death. Without hesitation, Prince Kanchan stepped forward. The crown prince was known for his gentle nature and sharp mind, qualities his father had diligently nurtured. "Father, you raised me to serve this kingdom," Kanchan declared, his voice ringing with conviction. "I am prepared to pay any price to save our people." I will go to the hidden palace. The king, though agonizing over the loss of his only son, gave his tearful blessing. Go, my son. Remember, brute force will fail. You must use your heart and your mind. Go and uncover the secret of the sorcerer's life force. Kanchan immediately set forth on his arduous journey. He crossed scorching plains and navigated dense, confusing forests. He eventually reached the vast, swirling river that bordered the dangerous northern territories. There, he encountered an ancient woman struggling to cross. With his natural courtesy, he dismounted his horse and helped the frail woman onto his saddle, carefully guiding her across the treacherous waters. The old woman, upon reaching the other side, revealed a startling insight. Thank you, noble prince. You are kind, but know that the path ahead is filled with more peril than you can imagine. The hidden palace is easy to reach, but few ever return. She then produced a single, perfectly ripe, magical fruit. Take this, she commanded. It is the fruit of the most powerful Fae. Use it only when all other hope is lost, for it grants instant temporary protection against the darkest magics. Let it be your ultimate shield. With that, the mysterious woman vanished as quickly as she had appeared. Kanchan pressed on, guided by the astrologer's cryptic directions, until he finally reached the desolate, smog-ridden expanse that was once the beautiful Livestock kingdom. The land was dead, the air choked with the cries of lost souls. There, behind a curtain of mountain mist, stood the crumbling yet magically shielded ruin of the hidden palace. He found a way to slip past the palace's enchanted perimeter and stepped inside. The air was thick with ancient curses. He was immediately blocked by an invisible barrier, a shimmering glass-like wall of pure magical energy. Behind it, in a state of suspended animation and protected by the sorcerer's magic, was a beautiful young woman. "Who are you? Why are you here?" the woman cried, startling Kanchan. "I am Prince Kanchan of Ballabgarh. I have come to find the way to kill Kal-kouta," he replied. She was the princess of Livestock, the only survivor of Kal-kouta's last massacre. She confirmed the sorcerer's evil plan and his growing strength. "He is preparing to enslave your kingdom next. You must flee. You cannot defeat him. His soul is hidden, and he protects this place with walls you cannot penetrate." "I will not run." "But you must tell me where the sorcerer's soul is hidden," Kanchan demanded. Torn between fear and hope, the princess revealed the final, impossible secret. His soul is not in a box or a creature. It is encased within a single, perfect lotus flower, which floats deep beneath the water of the magical fountain pond behind this barrier. If that flower is plucked and crushed, Kal-kouta will die instantly. But the water is protected by a powerful curse, and the sorcerer is returning now. You must leave." Just then, a dark cloud of smoke and lightning coalesced, and the terrifying figure of the sorcerer Kal-kouta appeared. He laughed, a chilling, echoing sound that shook the very foundations of the ruined palace. "The little prince! You walked right into my lair! Fool! Did you think you could steal my life force? No mortal can touch the flower of my immortality. Now I shall feed you to my familiars." Kal-kouta began to conjure a deadly spell, but Kanchan was quicker. Remembering the old woman's desperate command, he hurled the magical fruit through a gap in the protective barrier directly into the princess's hands. She bit into it, and a shimmering protective aura instantly enveloped her. "What is that fruit? Where did you get that Fey magic?" Kal-kouta shrieked, momentarily halted by the unfamiliar energy. "You may be immortal, sorcerer, but you are not invincible," Kanchan yelled. He then ran past the stunned sorcerer and leaped directly into the cursed, shimmering fountain pond. Kal-kouta attacked with bolts of black lightning, but the prince, driven by the urgency of his mission, dove deep. The dark magic of the water burned at his skin, but his mind was fixed on the lotus. He saw it, a luminous flower at the very bottom. He fought through the thick magical resistance of the water and grasped the stem. Surfacing, Kanchan held the glowing lotus aloft. Kal-kouta screamed in pure terror. "No! Give it back! Give me my life! I will spare your kingdom! I will make everything right!" The sorcerer begged, his immense power dissolving into pathetic desperation. "You have destroyed kingdoms and turned souls into slaves," Kanchan declared, looking at the flower, its light fading. "There is no pardon for a monster such as you." With a final, resolute act, Prince Kanchan squeezed the lotus in his hand, crushing it entirely. A blinding flash of light consumed the palace. Kal-kouta shrieked one final agonizing cry as his body exploded into dust and ashes. The invisible walls vanished, and the terrible curse upon the land instantly lifted. Kanchan rescued the princess, and together they returned to a rejoicing Ballabgarh. The false king disappeared, and the true king, Ballabgarh, was restored to his throne. The prince was hailed as the greatest hero in the kingdom's history. He married the princess of Livestock, and under their combined wisdom and courage, Ballabgarh and the newly revitalized Livestock lived again in peace and prosperity.